And good morning, everybody. It is Wonderful Wednesday with the amazing Beryl Comar. Now, as you all know, I mention Beryl a lot. She is my friend, my colleague, my mentor. I absolutely adore Beryl. She has trained me so well, and I now train other people, and I can't thank her enough for being her. Now, Beryl, you have some exciting trainings coming up in Gerona, of all places. So please take it away. Tell us what you've got up and coming.
Well, the first fabulous thing is Gerona itself, because it was the settings for so many scenes in Game of Thrones. So I hope that everybody will come and do the Game of Thrones tour and see all the wonderful things. So many wonderful cobble streets that vehicles are not allowed down. You know, so many stories of ladies of the night. There's a Jewish quarter as well, the Muslim quarter. It's just so amazing a place. So that's the fabulous part. The second fabulous part is Bob Burns will be there. And he'll be doing the trainings, and I'll be doing some trainings as well. So you've got three fabulous things, and you can.
So what are the dates? What are the dates?
It's the 30th of May in afternoon, evening, 31st of May, which is a Saturday, and then Sunday morning with Bob, and in the afternoon with me.
Right. Okay.
And I'm sure that Christadora and Geordie will be popping in and out to do some translations if needed, to do some instants and rapids, because they just love doing them as well. And so do I. So, but I like sharing with people as well. So what will I be teaching? On the Friday afternoon, evening, I will be teaching SleepTalk. Yes, SleepTalk. SleepTalk for children. It's a method for parents to use with their children. So about 30-40 minutes after they've gone to sleep, you know your child best when they've gone into their deep sleep. It's a way of taking from deep sleep into REM, rapid eye movement sleep. And then there's a certain script, a foundation script that you can use. The whole idea of that is to give the child self-esteem, to feel loved, to wipe out all the negative stuff, not just the negative stuff we slip in as a parent, like, oh, I told you not to do that, or why can't you be like your brother, or all that stuff, which I teach parents. But to wipe that out and fill the glass full of love and self-esteem.
Yeah.
Positive, all the positive stuff. You know this because you're
I'm a sleep talk practitioner, and I agree. It's just so wonderful, and I loved how, when you did that coffee cup analogy, that actually we dirty the water with a child over the days and weeks and months and years. Yet when they were first born, we only ever gave them praise, and sadly that water gets muddied. And then as time goes on, the child does get agitated, starts acting out, starts misbehaving, and people don't know why. So when at night time, when we give the child that super suggestion, that love layers onto that, and it's like filters out that the muddy waters, if you like. And I
teach the science behind that as well, about how our articulating, activating device is always listening in. So, you know, once it starts to think, I'm not good enough for mummy, well, I'm not good enough for self, and that's how you talk to yourself. And I know that's a lot of what you added into the bunny talk process, and you realize that you were doing it with the bunny talk process. So the two go beautifully together. And hopefully, you know, if we do it right, they won't ever need therapy later on in life, because parents have given it to them. In fact, one of the first people that used it after Joan Golding started training it was a girl called Natalie. And she thought she'd been caught out by her children, because one of them said, Mummy, the angels come to speak to me at night.
Oh.
And Mummy said, what? Thinking, oh, my God, she knows that I've been going in and taking her into REM. She says, yeah. And what do they say? Oh, they say beautiful things, Mummy. Well, that's because you're beautiful.
Isn't that wonderful? I know. It's
I know.
just down so much love. And as I say, with the, as you know, with the bunny talk, it was what I was anchoring in with my daughter: safety, love and security, unconditional love, that I had no idea I was doing at the time, yet it became so important when she was a teenager. Yeah. So important.
The best experience I had teaching sleep talk was when I taught it to some refugees. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Tell me more.
In a refugee camp just outside Lebanon. And that was wonderful. Yeah. Because they've lost everything. They're living in horrible conditions. But and some of them have lost their parents, and they don't know where their parents are. So teaching the grandparents, teaching their uncles or whatever to be happy with themselves.
Yeah.
If they feel happy, it's like Gary Craig always says, to destroy a table, you've got to destroy one leg at a time. And then the table collapses. So if you've got a child who, they're finger biting, or they're no good, they're rushing around, they're rude. If you tackle just that problem, you're not necessarily getting to the root. The root is a confident child doesn't need to do those things. A child who knows his worth doesn't need to do that, doesn't need to act up, doesn't need to play around or manipulate people. So, it's used now for 50 years. It's been approved and used in Australia, approved by psychologists, psychiatrists in Australia, and it's global. The thing is, because of the name Sleep Talk, people think it's about sleep and putting people to sleep.
Yeah.
I can do that as well. I can help people with sleep. Yeah. Of course, if they're really, really good in the course, I'll teach them the dirty, rotten trick, which is what I use with my husband to get him to quit snoring. You know that one.
Yes.
But be very careful who we teach that to, because you're with somebody and you want to make sure it is something that they want. Otherwise, if you're saying you will help with the washing up and you will take the garbage out and you will do, it can actually backfire on you. So
they've got to, because there is that critical faculty. People will only do what they feel comfortable doing.
Absolutely.
Always.
But my husband didn't like the fact that he snored, and I sometimes went into the spare bedroom or whatever. So he really did say, I wish I didn't snore. I wish I could quit snoring. So that was quite easy to do with
and you loved him.
Absolutely. It was done with love
as well.
Yeah. And for us to be closer and things. Yeah. So that's Sleep Talk on the Friday. And that's for the parents. Anybody who's a parent or an auntie or whatever in a family.
I
they can go then to become consultants, and I can teach them one-on-one or in pairs to be a Sleep Talk specialist with Sleep Talkers International. And then and I'll be with Bob as well on the Saturday, helping with some pair work and doing the swan. Yes. And he's very good at teaching lots of little convincing magic tricks that you can use with clients. I've still got to learn how to pull a penny from somebody's ear. I've got to keep watching that one. But
got a very good card trick. That's fun.
Yeah.
I've used that.
Yeah. So little things like that get people already into wow, how did you do that? Wow. Because as we know, that's already quite a hypnotic frame of mind to be in, in a wow factor about the person you're working with. Then on Sunday afternoon, I'm doing what I love to do so much, which is my broken heart cure. I've been doing this now for 2 decades. I know. I love doing the broken heart. In fact, I did it with somebody 2 days ago, and then she messaged me yesterday that she'd had, coincidentally, from this person that she was wanting out of her mind, a message from him from Jeddah of all places, and she said I was neutral. I'm not even going to bother to respond. I can't believe it. In the past, would have been all over him, all over the whole thing. She just feel neutral. Oh yeah, that was your goal, to be neutral.
Beryl, when I learned that from you, it is a game changer for people because I mean, hey, I've been there. When your mind is going over and over about, you really can't let it go about a relationship. It just goes on and on and on in your head. You play it over and over, and it's just like it's all consuming, and it filters into every area of your life, and you just it's very difficult to even bring up any kind of happiness. And I have used this with some clients, and I've literally, in one session, they were like, oh my gosh, I can now sleep. That is not going through my head anymore. It is fantastic. So I encourage anybody to take that workshop with you. I really do.
Yeah, it can be misinforming to say it always works with one session, but yeah, 80-90% of the cases it does, because I make sure that they really want to. Where it doesn't work is when they're clinging on to that, but what if he gets in touch again? What if she's deep down gets rid of that husband, or deep down wants me? If they haven't 100% thought, I really need to get this person out of my life, this person isn't loving me the way I want to be loved, then we can do it in one session.
I would say there's probably more underlying issues of abandonment than if they're still hanging on and they need more sessions. But you taught me cutting cords, and with that, and give them their energy and bring
chair therapy involved, and cords and energy and things. Some people have a lot of cords to cut, a lot of things they've been holding on to. Whereas for the person that I worked with 2 days, there was just a very thick one from her to him, rosy and pink, and from him black. Well, when she started seeing that, and the voice that was coming in, and the negative thinking, and how he was putting his ex-wife and child before her, that it was very easy. She was wanting to grab those scissors and cut the cords before I even passed them over.
or burn them, or do anything that just gets it's like, nope.
Absolutely.
I agree, it's fabulous. And you also if somebody can't come and do it in Gerona with you in person, you actually have it online.
That's right. It's an online course.
I would encourage anybody. Anybody.
The online course has 2 videos of me doing that, a demonstration at HypnoThoughts, actually, an audio, and the sort of, I don't want to say script, because it's not something you read, it's something process.
You add on to it.
It also works with, I've worked with people who have been in grief for a dog, cat, for losing a job. Quite a few times, people who've lost a job and are grieving because they gave so much to this job and they were so invested in this job, and then they're let go. I just did it recently for somebody who had 6 months probationary period, and then they just took all their plan, everything that their 5-year plan and everything, and just said, for no reason, you've just not passed your probationary period. And she'd put all this work in, and they'd just been taken advantage of. It was heartbreaking.
Literally. It's called the heartbreak cure.
Absolutely.
And you're right, Beryl, it's for any relationship, so there's friendships, like you say, and any type of relationship.
I can't really say that I invented it. It's what I've done is I've taken quite a few well-known NLP, hypnosis, energy systems from Donna Eden, etc. And I had to put them together into a system that could be done within an hour and a half, no more than 2, because I was working with a lot of aircrew, and aircrew, they're in and out all the time, and they can't necessarily say, oh, I'll make an appointment next week, because they're on standby, or they're flying off to LA or Sydney or somewhere. So it was a lot of trial and error over a little amount of time to find out how to put all these systems together in something that worked. And I first started demonstrating that at the National Guild of Hypnotists convention, something like 2004, 2005, something like that. And then people started saying, oh, I heard it was so good. Oh, it's fantastic. I was at another presentation. Can you send me this? Can you send me that? And eventually I thought, you know what? I'm spending much more time, investing more time in them who went to another presentation. So I put it together as a course online that just costs the price of one session. So you only have to do one session and it's paid for itself.
I know, it's nothing. It's that's what I just say. You know, you're an absolute legend, Beryl. You help so many people. You were so giving. You were so knowledgeable, and you know, you literally share. And and I love that you want to build other people up, and you know, get everybody moving on. There's quite a few of us that are your children. I'm included. I'm one of them. You know, you look after us. Yeah.
Thank you. I was talking with the NGH chapter in Dubai the other day, and they started calling me Hypno Mom.
There you go. Yeah. You have many children.
I'll take it. It's better than being Hypno Gran when you're 76, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes. There you go. So no, you're absolutely wonderful, and you know, and it was wonderful. It was brilliant, wasn't it? Because we'd been meeting online so much, and then I finally met you actually in Dubai. You know,
yes.
The place where you had lived so many years, and I was visiting friends out there, and it was great.
It was the day after I arrived and the day before you were leaving, I think.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Yes.
So
we'll meet again soon.
I know.
Maybe you'll come to Gerona.
Well, yes, maybe I'll come out there and train the bunny talk process. Yeah. So it's going places, and you're one of the. I mean, I train a lot of your stuff. You know I do with the you know, sort of like I've changed it into my version of emotional intelligence, if you like. But I use a lot of your diagrams, and I do tell people obviously that I got them from you. But yeah, I couldn't have done that without your support.
Oh, thank you.
You're absolutely, you know, you're a star. You know, you're absolutely wonderful. A great inspiration for all of us in our industry. So I thoroughly encourage anybody, if they can't get to Gerona, I would really like to go to Gerona, actually. I think I'd like to do that. I can't do it this year, I know, because I'm already doing something. But when you want to now take this course that Beryl has online, if you can't get to Gerona, yeah, just check it out. We'll get it all in the links, because I think everybody needs to have that in their back pocket as well. It's just brilliant.
And in September, I'm doing a hypnodontics book study course as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
6 3-hour evenings.
Wow.
That'll be fun. Yeah.
And so dentists ought to be doing that.
Dentists and hypnotists. Showing them how to work together. Some of my hypnotists now have rooms in dental offices.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
So it means they can still see things, other things, but it means that they're not working from home. They're working within the dental practice and being referred to and being seen. So there's a footfall. They see their names up with the doctors and the dentists and things. So, yeah.
More people are realizing that hypnosis is nothing to be scared of. We all go into it every day anyway. It's a natural phenomenon. And actually, how can we use it to get the best out of ourselves? And we merely guide, and you do the rest.
And finally, people are realizing, as I did back in 2003 when I wrote the book, the link between our dental and oral health, especially our gums and inflammation, with our brain health and our gut health. You know? Yeah. Some of the worst inflammation is in our gums. And we know that inflammation is a killer. Plaque. You've heard the word plaque with your teeth. Well, there's plaque here. Where does that come from? You know? And every one of your teeth is connected to a meridian line.
Yeah.
You know, your energy lines. And it's not just me saying this, it's doctors who are being informed about these things now, and dentists and neurosurgeons and biochemists.
Yeah. It's like people look. Well, the whole thing is always take care of yourself. It's your, be responsible.
Well, let's go back to the causes. And dementia doesn't start just with the brain. Look beyond that to dental health, gut health, and what's happening there.
What goes in and out. Yeah.
And if people go to their nutritionist and their nutritionist is talking about what's good for you, but even the nutritionists are not looking at your dental health, your dental history. It's very important, because if you've got inflammation, you're swallowing poison. So you can, eat the healthiest food, but if you're swallowing poison, you might as well have 3 McDonald's a day. Really?
Yeah.
I mean, it's poison. So that's in September as well.
It's crazy, isn't it? So that's in September. We'll make sure we do another recording on that beforehand. I
mean, you are feeling scrummy about doing the broken heart cure and SleepTalk. And a lot of the people that come to me to learn SleepTalk are single moms, single dads, and they often are coping with broken hearts as well.
There you go. Because well, again, it goes to, that's why I do the bunny talk, because it's not the child that needs fixing, it's the parent. It's like they take responsibility for the environment that they create for the child, and they go, oh, I need help too. It's not just my child that's acting out. Yes. Okay, so Beryl, going to get all of that information in the comments, and thank you for watching, everybody. Have a wonderful day, and it's goodbye from me, Claudia Ricard, and it's goodbye from
Beryl.
Comar. Take care.